What is up, guys? Welcome to Garage 23, and today we're finally working on the R34 again. It's been a minute, but we're doing one of the projects I've been most excited about, and that's the big brakes. So let's go check it out. All right, so we've been pretty busy with the business, honestly, and we've been trying to come up with some new products to put on the website, one of which is a Holley plenum adapter for the front wheel drive VQ, and we're also working on some shock extensions for the Armada for those of you guys that want to keep your factory air ride. So that's coming soon. And the thing that's been hoarding all my ADHD lately is the R35 GTR calipers. So I found a set of these for a great price, and my autism just went full blast on trying to figure out how to get these installed. Because most of the kits that I see online, I can't stand that they mount the caliper in the stock location, so like top heavy, like at a, I don't know, 10 o'clock-ish position or something. And I hate how that looks. And for a race car, you want it to be perpendicular to the car. So you want it mounted at like a 9 o'clock position. That reduces pad knockback when you're on track. And it just looks better in my opinion. So that's the main thing that annoyed me, is like every time you see these brakes on a 33 or 34 or 32, they're always like up here, which I think looks stupid. And so I took it upon myself to try and make a bracket that positions them properly. Boy, was that a pain in the ass. Trying to nail down that angle to get it to sit actually perpendicular with the car on the ground. I get why people take the easy route and don't even try this, because this, I mean, you guys see the time from the last episode to now, it's taken forever. Luckily, we have a 3D printer, and that speeds up the prototyping process immensely. I also figured out that I didn't need to 3D print stuff like this, and I could have 2D printed it and it would have gone even faster. But yeah, so we went through a few iterations to try and get this to bolt on properly, and then finally managed to get one piece that we could machine and try, and found other little issues that we had to address. And now we finally have a working functional set of left and right brackets. These still aren't perfect, but I'll have the program dialed in by the time, you know, these go on the website. So, but for now, we need to try and see if these will fit on the R34, because I actually modeled these for the S14. That bolt pattern for the brakes is the same on all 90s Nissans. I'm pretty sure they will bolt up, but there might be like the dust shield or the knuckles are a little different. So we just need to make sure if there's any other issues that we need to address before marketing them for everything. So I want to try and get these installed on the R34 and see how it goes. All right, first step is jack up the car, because we can't use the lift because reasons. Okay, now we gotta get this caliper out of the way. I think that's a 19. All right, then we gotta disconnect this brake line. Hey, this has steel braided lines already. All right, luckily I have just the thing for this. I made these little brake line plugs a long time ago. It's just a chunk of aluminum with the M6 by 1 or M8 by 1 threads. Okay, now we can take the caliper off. Good enough. And look at the lip on that rotor. Yeah, those are probably original. All right, now that we have the rotor and caliper out of the way, let's just see if we can leave everything and see if this will bolt on. Hopefully there's no clearance issues, but that's why we're here. So let's see if this is the same thread pitch. Okay, issue number 1, this is not the same thread pitch. Duh, Skylines are 14 mil, not 12 mil. All right, so now let's see if we can just leave everything as it is and see if it'll bolt on. First thing I'm noticing is that I forgot Skylines use M14 bolts for the brakes instead of M12 like S14s. So that's gonna be one difference we're gonna have to make on the R chassis kits. All right, so some minor clearance issues with the dust shield. Obviously we're stepping up to freaking ginormous sized rotors, so the dust shield just isn't gonna work anyway. I'm actually probably gonna make a replacement dust shield as well. We'll get to that later. Let's see if we can get the rotor on there. Okay, here's our 380 millimeter rotor. All right, so that part fits perfectly, which it should. The bolt patterns and hub diameter don't change. It actually clears the dust shield. Not that it's of much use because it's like an inch of rotor hanging out, but you could leave it there if you want, I guess. So now let's get the caliper on there. All right. I'll say one of the biggest pains about this bracket was that there's a third caliper bolt. I don't know what the hell the point of that was, but you have to use a much bigger piece of stock to accommodate that and makes the machining process way more complicated. And this stupid third bolt. All right. Nice. Okay, so fast forward like a week and I don't know how long. Turns out the S14 and R34 do not share a whole lot in suspension geometry in the front. The only thing that's the same is the bolt spacing between the calipers. That's it. Main problem being the S14 uses 12 millimeter caliper bolts, R34 uses 14 millimeter, but you can kind of get an idea of how far off it was. If you mount that over the bolt holes, you can kind of see the calipers not perpendicular like I wanted. It was actually like on the lower end. So I had to go back and basically design a whole new bracket. So at least this one came out nicer. I mean, every time I keep redoing anything, it just comes out better. So I'm not even mad about it. The main problem with this design though, and it's just kind of the way I'm machining it. There's this like little gusset here, and that keeps the back of the bracket from sitting flush against the mounting points. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that on the machine. But for now, it's just with the carbide bit on a grinder, and just create some clearance for that gusset. So now it should bolt up, and as you can see, this one's much more straight up and down. So let's get this bolted up and try it out. So one thing to note is this kit's only gonna work with the 380 mil rotors from the 09 to 11 GTR. These rotors were actually the 390 versions because that's just what I happened to find on Facebook Marketplace. So I put them on the lathe and just machined them down to 380 because I mean the 380 barely clears on most wheels. The 390s is just not gonna work. Well, unless you run 19s, which most self-respecting people with R34s aren't gonna run 19s, but to each their own. Now for the caliper. And lastly is this stupid bolt, which I don't know why the hell it's even here. And this is the biggest pain, and that's the whole thing, because this stupid bolt being this far out here forces you to have to get a piece of aluminum stock twice as big than compared to any other caliper, which doesn't have a third bolt. But whatever, it's better because it's a GTR, right? All right, so next up is checking for wheel clearance, because that's the main problem with these giant brakes. So I rounded up all the 18-inch wheels that I have, and we're gonna start with the 350Z early model 18. These are supposed to clear the 350Z Brembos, so they should have at least some sort of clearance. I doubt they're gonna work though. Oh. Nope. Spoke clearance is actually pretty good. Like they probably would clear, but as far as the diameter, not so much. Might be able to get away with it if you really wanted to, but you'd need to grind the outer edge of the caliper a bit. Yes, it'll seat, but it won't. It's not going to turn. Next. Okay, next up is our Volk RE30s that came with the car. I should hope these have decent clearance. They're one piece, so one piece. And similar issue, we're still hitting on the outer edge of the caliper a bit. All right, next. So keep in mind, these two wheels, their specs are still pretty conservative. They're more for like stock body cars. So they're like, I believe that 350Z is 18 by 8.5 plus like 35. That RE30 also is a plus 35 offset. This is the first wheel that we have that's a decent width. It's 9.5 wide and the offset is 25. This one has the best shot of clearing. These are the Teehees that came with the 300ZX. And yeah. So it looks like those are going to be our new rollers for a while. Yeah. All right, so you at least need T37s or something. Or fake ones anyway. All right, so that's going to be it for this week's episode, or more likely this month's episode with how busy we've been lately. There's a few new products that are going to be coming to the website and high road suspension, this being one of them. So if you guys are interested, these are going to be $300 out the door, shipped, unlike some other companies. We only have the fronts done though, so the rears is the next thing I'm going to be working on. Hopefully those do work for S14 and R chassis and Z chassis. I still need to check which one of these works on the 300ZX. But for now, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, do your best.